back. Eminent HipHop Podcast, Eminent Talk, episode 5, I think we're on. Hey, you know what I know. Oh, man, well, we got a very special guest. And, you know, and it's ironic because I got to give the shout out to Live Out Loud Studios every time they're making this happen. Mm-hmm. This is the man who makes it happen, man. Got my boy Tolu.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? What's the deal, man? Eminent HipHop. Juice, what's good?
I'm good, man. I just appreciate you for coming on here finally, you know.
Hey, man, we're making it happen.
How long you been engineering?
I've been engineering for about 4 years. About 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Ever since you put it open the studio here?
Yeah, to a degree. Well, I've been producing for 12. The studio's been open running for about 5 or 6 years. And I've been engineering out of here for about 4. Yeah.
And pretty much you and your siblings kind of like will go and kind of keeps the studio thriving.
Yeah, me, my siblings, and the band I'm a part of, they play a big part of it too. Live Out Loud band.
Tell us about your band. So you play, well, before we get into that, what all instruments do you play? Because every time I see you, I feel like you got a different instrument up that you're working on.
Oh, man. Shoes, too many, man. Too many jackets. In a bad way, too many. But nah, man, I play, the primary instruments I play is the bass guitar, the piano. That's the primary instruments I play, but I play a couple other instruments as well, you know, just dibble and dabble in them, you know. But bass guitar and piano, though, you know, and I sing, you know, so that's an instrument too.
Bass is your favorite though, right?
Nah, yeah, bass is definitely my forte. Yeah, bass is my forte. I've been playing bass and keys is just as long as each other. Probably keys a little bit longer, but bass is my forte. Bass is my love. Yeah. it's my gal. It's my woman.
What is it about bass that just kind of stands out for you? I mean, even like over piano.
Man, it's just that feeling. I think I explained this to somebody else the other day. Like, this bass is the feeling of music. You know what I mean? It's the bottom, it's the foundation. It's like when it comes in, you just automatically you just start feeling a whole other kind of way. You know, every instrument got its own thing. You know, but bass is definitely the feeling of the music. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, people know like all the different like famous bass lines are kind of like everlasting.
Man, what? Yeah, because they attach it to a feeling. Happy Feelings bass line come in, you start feeling a certain way. James Brown, Money, Money, Money bass line coming in, you starting to feel a certain way. It's that feeling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's funny. It's funny you mention James Brown because he had like a live band and like his performances. That's what it's known, like James Brown
greatest.
Band. Yeah, and produced. I mean, well, that band produced a lot of like great musicians, like in their own careers. Like after that, you coming from like a live music like foundation. How do you feel? Do you feel that gives you more of an advantage as like when you started like producing and engineering music, or do you think it's just like just a different part of it? I don't know, like I guess where does that experience like that transition over, and like what are they like kind of innocent? I guess.
I mean, I would be lying if I said it didn't give me an advantage. I think every producer should have a background in some type of instruments. You know, one of the problems you got these days is that you hear a lot of the same beats because the producers these days don't know anything about music, and you don't necessarily have to be a musician to be a producer. You know what I mean? Some of the greatest producers of all time wasn't great musicians. Quincy Jones was not a great musician. Kanye West is not a great musician, but they know about music. If you start to get down and talk to them, they're gonna know theory. They're gonna know all these different things. I feel like these days and ages, it's just like, let me just get a bunch of loops and put it together, and I can sell that, which is working. I ain't hating on nobody. Feed your family. If it was working for you, whatever. But that's why you hear a lot of the same beats these days at the same time. So the quality of music, the experience of music is starting to be like real repetitious, opposed to like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you got all these different flavors. Even in the 90s when it was rap, it's like them dudes knew about music, that's why you heard different sounds in rap. These days it's just all the same. Can you cuss on here? Or it's all no cussing. All right, it's all the same.
Yeah,
same stuff. Yeah.
No, we ain't on television yet.
Okay. But now it's all the same stuff. I'm gonna just use stuff. It's all the same stuff.
No, definitely. Yeah. Going from that, like, do you produce everything you do? Do you ever reach out to other producers for stuff, or do you like solely like just keep everything like kind of in house between you and your band?
Man, I produce probably like 96% of the things that I do. Like when you listen to my records and you listen to the tracks, it's 96% of me playing the instruments and doing everything. I do have one producer friend, and I say like 95% because my single is actually a collaboration of a producer, Von B. Great huge like friend of mine, him and another producer I work with named Skit, that I collab a lot with them, and I collab a lot also with other producers, but not on my material. I do a lot of work for Donnie Houston. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he produces a lot of Slim Thug, Power Wall, all of H-Town, a lot of other people outside of H-Town. He produced a lot of their records, and I collab with him a lot, but it's a lot of his content. So I collab with producers all the time, but as far as my own music, it's definitely like 95 to 96% all me on the instruments and producing, you know.
Saying your project, you just dropped.
I just dropped EP titled Tolu, self-named, and it says same deal, about 95% me producing.
Is it Tolu or Tolu?
It's Tolu. It's in all. It's Tolulape. It's Nigerian. It's Tolulape, but just short. You know, that's hard to say for some people. So it's Tolu.
I thought it was Tolulape.
Tolulape. Yeah, Tolulape. Tolulape. Yeah, it's how you want to say it. It's an American way of saying it, American North Side way of saying it. It's a Nigerian way of saying it, and you say it the Nigerian way is Tolulape. Tolulape with the accent.
Tolulape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Tolulape.
Oh man, don't do it though. Because we on the north side. You gonna have people like, what's going on? Like,
hey man, I need to know our roots. We need to be more proud of where we from.
Oh no, I'm definitely, man. I used to. I ain't gonna lie. When I was growing up, you on the north side, it's like you get a lot of name calls and stuff. But when I grew into it, I started loving the fact that I was an Arab Nigerian. Started embracing it. You know what I mean? We all Africans.
But you know what's funny about that? I never really realized that we had like Nigerians or anybody else that wasn't like. Like just always born in America as far as black people when I was growing up. So I remember I went to school. I think her last name was Ikuigwa or something like that. I don't want to butcher it. I feel like I already fucked up already. Everybody see this like this motherfucker here.
It's something like that.
But like, it never clicked. They were like she was Nigerian or anything that. And so you always think back like, you know, you the jokes like, yo, you an African booty scratcher.
Exactly.
Like, you might really be hurting somebody be like, you know,
I used to hurt me, man.
That's messed up, dog.
I got in a lot of places over that one right there.
Kids were cruel.
Kids were horrible.
My last name Asbury. I called all kind of variations of ass, cherries, all kind of. Yeah, so I know.
My last name Dada, so I got Day Doo-Doo. Everything, you know.
They ain't calling you ass every day.
Man, the kids are crazy, man. You know.
Kids get creative too. Like y'all go in new ways.
What? Supposed to be doing their schoolwork and they come up with new names for this shit. It's crazy, man.
They read a book, I don't think they get out how to insult someone better.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what shit. That's what it is for real. But nah, man, it was all. Man. Most people don't know I'm Nigerian until I tell them. To be honest, you know what I mean. But they hear my name and then they'll know the end too. But yeah.
It's funny. When I first saw it, like, this guy look kind of Nigerian. I don't know why.
That's good. I probably grew into it by now for sure. You know what I mean. But my accent, you know, you wouldn't think I was.
Yeah, you don't have an accent at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't think I was from Nigeria.
But you met my homie Carl. I don't think Carl has an accent either.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of. They call us akatas. It means Nigerian kids born in America. So we so much more in tune to American culture than we are. So they call us akatas or whatever. So that's he a akata too.
Yeah, he's that to a T.
Yeah, probably so.
Tech industry and all that.
Oh wow, yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, well, I mean, back to the project. How many tracks you say were on there?
It's 10 tracks. I'm not like a big thing about me is that I'm a producer first. Mm-hmm. My forte is production. You know what I mean? I'm doing a lot of lyrics, a lot of lyricism on there, a lot of rapping, a lot of singing. But you're gonna have a lot of tracks. At least half the album, you're gonna hear other artists that are vocalizing on it. And I may have written the tracks, and I may have not. One of my great friends, to me, you know, one of the best rappers of all time, so I would say, is Sean Garte, and he's on a lot of the tracks. Got Royal, the little kid that I mess with, he's coming up. Ashley, my name, my sister. It's just different people that I push. Madadi, I can't forget Madadi, can't forget Judith. She and speaking of Madadi, the one track that I didn't write on that record is a Spanish record that actually Judith Gonzalez Madadi she wrote for me. Everything else is written by me, but a lot of the times, if I write something, I might get another artist to present it. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, I'm a producer first. More than anything else, more than even a musician, I'm a producer first. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's funny you say you're a musician. It's funny. I know. We knew a lot of the same people. Like growing up, like when you were like in band and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure, man.
And it's just weird, man. But it's just weird. Just kind of like comes full circle like that. You know.
Yeah,
I mean, for those who don't know, I just randomly met him at a video shoot.
Right.
So actually help out there.
Very expensive video shoot. That hopefully gets done.
That was a good time though.
Yeah, it was a great time.
We all had fun.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. That was the best thing that came out of that video shoot. Just me and my man Juice right here.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Same thing I say.
You know what? I never thought about that. That's actually like, dope. dope. Yeah, but.
I got to see the Hudsons again.
Exactly, man. My boys, the Hudsons,
David was my dude back in elementary school, man.
That's my brothers, man. The Hudsons are my brothers. That's literally my cousins.
Bro, David used to lead so many songs.
I'm pretty sure he did, bro. They still, bro.
I was like, he was there crying and saying the whole church started crying and stuff. I'm like, dang, man, I can't do that.
Bro, man, David got this sauce, man. I call David Hudson. He already know what that means. Call David Hudson.
You back and I gotta connect with him, bro. Like for real.
He just came from Asia. He just got back from Asia this past Monday, man. We're gonna do a lot of good work, So man.
It's a time video.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks to my boy Juice here, man.
Oh, man.
Creative director,
for
real, man. He does a lot, man. He does not a lot, but not too much, and that's the good thing. But he's also my creative director, so we just did the time video. We just got that. We've been thugging it out the last 3 or 4 days, stand up and stuff like that, and it's done. So it's gonna be out tomorrow. I mean, I don't know when it's the podcast gonna be released, but the video is gonna be out tomorrow.
The podcast might come out the next day.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, it's gonna be out. It's gonna be out.
It was out yesterday. You should have been heard it already.
Right, yeah, exactly. Should have been and watched it already. So that's dope, So it's 118-19, man. Yeah, check it out.
But literally, just talk about the concept you have for that. So it just takes that time in itself,
Yeah, I mean it was a great time. It was a fun time. It was just it was all good people. We had a great director to direct us, and it just turned out exactly how I envisioned it. Honestly, it turned out better than I envisioned it. And in the video edit, it turned out better than I envisioned it. So I think anything like that is just, just had that planning and that execution. It's two different sides of it, and I think we did a good job at it. So it always comes out like that. But the song itself and the video itself, the concept itself is just like everybody you saw in the video was people that I have known for a very long time. That's been supporting the band, that's been supporting myself, the different brands that I've been working on, as a producer, studio, whatever. They just been supporting me for at least 10 or 15 years. Everybody that was at the video shoot that day. And I got a lot of new close homies, now Angel, Felipe, everybody else that I hold real dearly to. But that video was more so, I think I was explaining to you, it's just more so it's not about me. It's not about me saying it's my year, it's my time. It's more so just an anthem for everybody that I rock with, and just people in general, just it's you gotta always have that in your mind, because not to get too deep or whatever, but it's just you gotta have that anthem in your mind at all times. It don't matter what year it is, it don't matter this and that and the other. You gotta be a caterpillar, how I look at it. You gotta be a butterfly. You gotta constantly be evolving, and some people not gonna really understand that when you look like a caterpillar, but you gotta constantly be striving to be that butterfly, and so you can't ever stay in caterpillar mode. It's always my year is my time, every time,
yeah. Well, you're already working on your next project too, right?
Yeah, man. My next project, man, it's entitled "Story of a King." It's also more so an anthem. Everything I write, everything I do is not necessarily for me. I feel like I want to speak for people that can't speak. People that artists have the liberty to say whatever we feel. We have the liberty to say what people feel as well. So all my music is a anthem for the people. Especially people that grew up in my similar situation. Not too many opportunities, not too much knowledge and understanding. It's also a lot of my music. I'm glad you asked me that because this definitely needs to be explained. a lot of my music is it's gonna sound like it's some not a lot of the music, but some of the music sounds like it's more so about love and a chick. But a lot of the times, a lot of the music that I write is not necessarily about a chick. It's about music and it's about my career. It's about my life. You know what I'm saying? I just relay it in that form of love because I love music just like a woman. You know, and a lot of my music also is rebellious. You know what I mean? It's rebellion against self-doubt, and also people. You know what I'm saying? Because people, sometimes people, it's not that they're bad people. You can have close homies and close friends or whatever, but it's just those negative energies sometimes can get the best of different people. That's all of us, you know what I mean? So you gotta constantly be like rebelling against that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta constantly be rebelling against yourself, and you gotta constantly be rebelling against that negative energy. And that's a lot of it about, man.
Yeah, man, you're a real spiritual dude, aren't you?
Man, I guess so. You say that, man. Yeah. We hang a lot, so shit. You say that.
I mean, I would say so. I mean, so you involved in church. You have like spirit numbers that you see all the time, motivate you.
Yeah,
you know,
man, for sure, man. I think that's it. I think that's life. It's spirituality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really religious, but definitely I think life is like it's all. You know, it's all it's about. Yeah, for sure.
Nah, definitely, man. I guess you got any questions for me, bro?
Man. What you think of the video? How it come out?
Oh, man, video.
Eminent HipHop production, man. Juice Escobar director.
I'm really excited about it. You know, I look at like a lot of things that we've done, or just things that I've done personally, and I'm like, I get more excited about how much better I know I can get at it. You know,
yeah, for sure.
You know, because I look at things, I'm like, okay, I mean, this really turned out really well, and you know, I can see it's like exactly like I said, okay, you know, maybe I should, if I did this more better, you know, I can gotten like this whole complete thing would have been better, you know. So it's like, you know, so yeah, like I think I'm really excited about the video because I feel like every time I put something out, it gets better than what it was the last one the last piece of material that I've done. But I'm even more excited for like what I want to do next after that, you know.
Too, man. It's gonna be we got a long year ahead of us, you know what I'm saying? Long year but a short year ahead of us. So, you know.
Are you doing any more videos for Tolu?
I want to do like 2 or 3 more videos for this particular project, and then I want to really go full force on the next project, Story of a King. You know what I mean? And that's gonna pretty much have a video almost to every song, cause that project in particular is just like it's my story. You know what I mean? And you know, but it's gonna hopefully my story is. I believe my story is a similar story to everybody's story. You know, everybody have their times of glory, and then they fall. You know what I mean? Sometimes stuff don't work how you want it to work, and then it's just about what you gonna do with all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the end goal to the story. Is like, what are you gonna do with all that? You know what I mean? And that's the album is really gonna be focused on. So hopefully it can relate to a lot of people. So we're gonna definitely have to have a lot of visuals to try to portray that message. You know. Mm-hmm. Make sure people ain't thinking I'm talking about a chick all the time. It's about this music.
That's cool. Yeah. And then you have a lot of siblings.
Yeah, man. You make it seem like we just 30 deep or something. It's called 40 deep.
Well, you're the youngest.
I'm the youngest for sure, but it's 3. I got 3. I got 2 older brothers and an older sister. So yeah, it ain't that deep. It seems like a lot of us though, cause I know you rock with JD as well. You work for him, my sister as well. So yeah.
It's just like every time I meet one, it's like, oh yeah, I got this other sibling. How does it feel being the youngest? I have siblings. I'm the oldest of all. Actually, now that I think about it, I have a lot of siblings. I have more siblings than you. I think about it. I have 4 siblings. You only have 3.
I got 3 siblings, man. I got my nephew now, so I guess I can count him. But it feels it's great, man, because the thing about me and my family, like all of our family is in Nigeria, so. Mm-hmm. When we meet people, you know what I'm saying, when we come close to someone, it's a different experience than most people, I guess, you know what I'm saying. We really take it to heart, I think, as a family, because we don't know our cousins and our aunties and our uncles. We didn't grow up with any of them. I didn't That's why I always tell people social media is a blessing and a curse, because it could be a curse if you let it, but social media could be a blessing because I didn't get to communicate with any of my family to like early 20s. You know what I mean? Because I had to when we started Facebooking each other and started doing all those kind of different things, and then we got an open relationship with, you know what I'm saying? It's just growing and growing based off social media, and if it wasn't for that, I still wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you ever traveled to meet one another?
Now, man, because going to Africa, especially for them to come over here, is super expensive and a lot
definitely.
Of logistics. But to go over there, it's super expensive, and also it's a lot of logistics for us as well. You know, so you gotta get all kind of shots. You gotta have all the stuff lined up. My brother just went last year, and he talked to my dad the first time in 26 years. He talked to my dad. He went and met with him and all this kind of stuff. So now we opening a new communication with him based off him going over there to Nigeria. You know, and so that was real great. He went over there and did that because he opened that back up. Yeah, man, but it's I haven't, other than that, like I was saying, when we meet people now, like when we have, like I said, David and Darius, I call them my cousins because I really truly feel that way. I didn't want to, you go to your cousin's house to spend the night and sleepovers and go hoop. That's who house I was going over. You know, Marcus, everybody, VG, that's how it was. So they became really like my cousins and my aunties and all that kind of different stuff.
I don't know, those are all members of the band that he's with as well.
Yeah, man, that's my band. That's
Live Out Loud.
Bread and butter, man. That's it, man. You know, Live Out Loud band. You know, so I've been doing pretty much my entire life almost.
Yeah. Which one of your band members is most annoying?
Which one of the
Okay. Let me make it more specific. Most annoying on a road trip.
Going on a road trip, man. It's hard, man. We had so much fun with each other, bro. It'd be like, it's just, we've been knowing each other for so long. It's like I don't even see it like that no more. But I guess if I had to pick somebody, it would have to be the band manager. Get up right now. Y'all gotta go right now. You know, we chilling, we all in the cut, you know what I'm saying, trying to tell you.
Man, you talking about business, man. We on vacation.
Not vacation. That's the only person I can think of.
That's funny. Nah, that's hilarious, man. You would pick your sibling again.
But when we in the band, though, when we dealing with the band, we don't look at each other as siblings because, like I said, we so close with the entire.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all y'all are like a family anyway, so it's everybody probably like a little big brother, JDG.
You know what I'm saying? We know each other since we were 11. So you know, all of us, the majority of us, been knowing each other since we were 11 years old. We met Cali in college at PB when we were 18. So. You know, so it's really like a brotherhood. You know, you hear people say that, but it's truly like a brotherhood. It's super love. You know, so we can tell each other everything. You know, went through the trenches with each other. Almost got signed twice. You know what I mean? Almost just went through so many different things. You know, going to different cities, LA. You know, just around the nation and stuff like that. And play with so many different artists with each other. It's like it becomes a brotherhood for sure.
Okay, for sure, man. My producer's telling me we getting low on time, so we can go ahead. We gonna wrap it up here, man. But bro, like, appreciate you being on. Before we go, I do gotta say one thing. You know, I got my Northfield jacket on today. I gotta shout out my boys won state this year. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is the first time I've been able to talk best on air about it. So you know, shout out to Coach K. Shout out to the youngsters, y'all did y'all thing. I'm proud of the program. Keep doing your thing, Coach K. Great things over there, sir.
I mean, that's a lot better than Smiley. I was Smiley for 2 years, and they sucked. My team sucked. Only thing we had is the band, man.
Oh, real quick, before we go off, the difference between you going to like Smiley, like black school, then going to HPV, because you went to a performing arts school as well. We didn't get into that. Real quick, what do you think biggest difference like you saw there?
Man, it's so many differences in that, man, and that's such a long conversation because that's really something that need to be addressed. When you got a school like Smiley that was shut down because of academics, like I said, I went there for 2 years, and then I went to HSPDA. And when I tell you the polar opposites of each other, academic wise, staff wise, student wise, it's crazy because then it's just when you see something like that, you just can clearly see why like certain areas of town is like, you know, poverty stricken and different things like that. But it's just because it's all in the mind. It's all in what you try to, what you teach the kids, and then once they grow up, they're gonna just keep on evolving from there. But total difference, crazy difference. You know what I mean? And yeah. And
honestly, I feel like we need more like schools like HBVA to take kids like from like I guess schools like that, because I mean it's the only way. Because the only way most kids like that see a certain different type of experience is through like sports or like through the streets. Yeah. So you know, like for some, you know, but like so like music being an option, you know, poetry, writing, anything, you know, just
like that,
we need.
Arts, arts could take, man. Arts could do so much for a kid. You know, so they trying to take it out of schools. It's not smart at all, because that's the motivation for a lot of kids to go. Last thing I say is Roy, he on my EP as well. You know, so Desire. He just auditioned for PBA, and it's like a must that he go, because 2 weeks earlier he got a gun pulled on him. You know what I mean? Yeah. His parents probably pissed that I'm saying this. I don't think they understand. They know it's real. Like he got a gun. He's 14-year-old kid.
Yeah, and he's real talented, you know. So that can do wonders for him, just being like to just be in a different situation, you know.
His album is coming out this year. It's totally produced by Live Out Loud Productions, Tolu. His album is coming out this year. Y'all got to get it. It's gonna be coming out February 14th, Valentine's Day. He's super talented. He's written every last one of his songs. He helped me produce the majority of the songs. And just when you hear his album, you're gonna think like, man, this little kid getting guns pulled on. You know what I'm saying?
It's just Houston culture, man. But yeah, but we go. So you gotta go ahead and go. But like February 14th, make sure you check that out. Yeah. I'm going Royal. Go check out the album right now. Time is out right now. Eminent HipHop. We got more coming soon, man. Thank y'all. Love y'all once again.